support the channel, send in a super chat. We'll holler at you on hopefully the robot. I think the robot's still working, so hopefully we'll talk about that. All right. We had the long opening because it's the birthday bash. I was gonna do a balloon drop, but Tabs was like, no, bring it down. You're at 11. Bring it to
You're not
at least
15, 7. Okay? You're 44.
It's my quinceañera. Woo! My 44th quinceañera. I am 44 years young, guys. Look at that's right. That's right. It don't crack. Wesley Snipes up in this bitch. Yeah.
It does not.
All right, let's get into the first topic. What do we got, babe? What is the first topic of the night?
Gina Carano sues Disney over Mandalorian firing in a lawsuit funded by Elon.
Reporter, I gotta get the. I was doing all this other funny stuff, so I got to get the graphics working today. But yeah, so this whole thing with Gina Carano in the lawsuit, I talked about it earlier this week because I felt it was the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. This whole thing about her leaving or being let go from Disney, short ass memory.
I know
about what happened because the whataboutism always triggered them. They were like, but Pedro Pascal said a bunch of and he did. He said a whole bunch of reckless stuff too.
And he got reprimanded as well.
But people seem to forget that they were both being reprimanded.
And one person listened.
And it was Gina was saying thing after thing after thing after thing, and people were like, this is yet another thing that she's saying. Why isn't Disney doing anything? Which was telling us that they were giving her chances. And when Pedro Pascal stopped and deleted his Twitter account, he must have realized that, oh shit, this is the last chance like that we got here. But another person decided to go, you know what? I'm forget these woke blah 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 blah. You know, they're not gonna tell me what to do. I'm gonna push the envelope. President can get away with it. You're not Trump. Trump can get away with it. All these other people around him think that they can do what he is somehow able to do. And it never works out for him.
Here's the literal basis of what's happening. People like to lean on this freedom of speech. Freedom of speech, freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Freedom of speech is not freedom of consequences.
Right.
You can say it, but guess what? There are consequences that come from you. You're free from consequence. There are consequences for you saying things that you should not be saying as a public figure to the public in a public forum. That's just reality. And this concept that that's not reality, that for some reason we're taking away freedom. No, we're not taking away freedom. You still have your freedom. But you have to understand that if you're going to do this thing, there are things that can and will happen.
Right.
And especially when you're working for a business that you're representing them, when you are using their name, when you're a public figure who represents a company that is public, you have a responsibility to present yourself in a certain way. You're getting
super chat. Happy birthday, Pod Daddy.
Oh God. Oh God.
Thanks, Nixon. That was so perfect that it interrupted Tabitha. I was watching it the whole time, wondering like, is it gonna do it? Is it gonna do it? And then it did it. Perfect timing.
Anywho, like a normal citizen isn't getting paid to represent themselves a certain way to represent a company. She is. She's getting paid a certain way to represent this company, to be this public figure, and you have to fall within certain lines. And if you don't fall within those boundaries, there are consequences like losing your job. And who wants to go work for a job that doesn't want them? This whole high and mighty, like I'm suing for the principle of it all.
Yeah.
Just to try to thwart this concept of not suing for the money, this is based out of principle, is BS.
This is 100%. I'll tell you exactly what it is. This is 100% motivated by what Elon Musk is upset about. He lost all of his sponsors, a lot of his sponsors from Twitter, and that's when he put a call out there. He said, all of you who feel like you've been discriminated against, all that stuff, if you want to go after Disney, one of his main sponsors, I'll pay your legal fees. And this is a master plan, all funded by him. So he's flipping the bill. He's paying her legal fees because this was years ago that she was like didn't want to use her money to pay for it. But if Elon's gonna, you got nothing to lose. I'll sue anybody.
Her dignity.
Yeah.
That's what she has to lose.
But
I do not have any respect for her doing this.
I called Tabitha and I said I couldn't remember. I said, didn't I do a rant on this
did.
show and said she misses those Disney dollars? That whole acting tough on screen, going when you go woke, go broke, and she's making more money.
The fact that she thinks that a judge would say, "Yeah, you have to."
This is not going to work.
You have to use her to take her back. Like that's
what law in this country says?
There's not even how that works. I mean, we have.
There was somebody on TikTok that had a real funny video that was it said 100% what I was thinking. She played it all out, the whole scenario. Okay, she wins the lawsuit. Disney's forced to hire her back. Welcome back. There's Pedro Pascal, the guy that you mentioned in your lawsuit that you were all bitching about, that he got away with it, but you got fired. You called him, you said discrimination and sexism and all that stuff, right? So now y'all are gonna be forced to work with each other. All right. And she goes, here's your, can you hand me that piece of paper real quick, or one of those? She goes, here's your the script for the next show. And she goes, just one sheet of paper. She's like, yeah, wait. I die within 15 minutes? No, yeah. That's 100% what would happen.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen?
And if it doesn't, I would be so disappointed.
Yeah, I mean it's day one. I'm killing the character off. Well, we don't need you again. You're fired. That's why it was so stupid that I knew this was BS when it said, because I thought the lawsuit was gonna say I'm just suing for the money that I would have gotten for the rest of this season or the next season, or what was it, or what she would have gotten on the spinoff that she was about to be in. Mm-hmm. But no, she says Disney better hire me back, which proved what I said on this channel, that she misses those Disney dollars. You can't. So she wants to be hired back.
Nobody's gonna want to work with someone who can't be compassionate or empathetic to the people around you who work with you, and she doesn't seem to have that capability. She literally showed her true personality through social media of her opinions and how she thinks that her opinions matter more than anyone else around her. What kind of working environment would that bring?
Oh yeah, it's a hell of a working.
What kind of person does that bring when you are bringing other personalities that don't want to work with her?
Well, we can go down the whole list of. I have a breakdown of what transpired. I had to go back in time and look it up, but there was a whole thing. Yeah, that happened with him. So
this whole scenario
go full screen on this.
The whole situation is stupid and makes no sense, and it's a waste of dollars to even have a suit like this, and it's a waste of time and energy. And honestly, it doesn't make her look any better. She looks ridiculous in this concept. She looks like she's trying to force a principle that doesn't really have any legs to stand on.
Yeah. Oh, she's not gonna win this. This is not gonna work for her. But let's go through time. Let's go back, way back, and go through. Anybody, you got it in front of you, Joy? Can you see right? No, right here. Right.
Yeah, we can see it.
You can see it. Who wants to read it out for? This is the timeline of everything that went down.
Carano alleges she was fired for voicing right-wing opinions on social media. Elon Musk is helping fund Carano's lawsuit through X. Carano claims she was harassed and defamed by Disney and Lucasfilm for not conforming to their viewpoints on various issues. Disney required Carano to meet with representatives of the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Discrimination and demanded a public apology. Carano refused and was told to meet with Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy and 45 employees who identify as LGBTQ+. Carano declined and was subsequently terminated from the main order to force Lucasfilm to recast her and at least $75,000.
She doesn't understand that she genuinely caused all the strikes that she has.
Yeah.
Had she stopped saying certain things that only hurt other harassment or there's inappropriate behavior, you go and everybody then has to do a class, right? That's like the business motto of everybody's got to do these harassment classes. He literally is using that.
Let me know, guys, if there's any kind of lag. If you guys still see that, I don't see a lag on our end, but if you guys keep me updated on that stuff, and I hope there's not. I know there's a delay in this system. You know how when I try to end the stream and the button doesn't work. So that's happening. So I'm sorry if there's a lag. I apologize. I think I figured out why that keeps happening, and I'm gonna fix that today.
I feel like she feels like this isn't a regular business.
Yeah, because she's a celebrity, and I don't have to.
So
you're a celebrity. I don't have to do
it
that.
Doesn't pertain to me because that's not like regular business.
People and then claim it's okay to demean and belittle people and then want to work with you.
Yeah.
You don't get to say, well,
she
I'm allowed
literally
to say
names
what I
Pedro
want to say.
Pascal in her lawsuit. Like, well, you pretty much like you let him do it, but you fired me for that. No. They said it to both of you simultaneously. He stopped, you didn't. You got fired. But she still throws him under the bus in her lawsuit. Why would and they just announced, because The Mandalorian has a movie. There's a Mandalorian movie about to come out, and they're going to do another season of The Mandalorian. Why y'all both equally young? You said things in support of that political group. He said things against that political group. Y'all both got in trouble for it. He stopped, you didn't. You got fired. Why would he want to work with you after you tried to use the fact that he didn't get fired because he listened? It's literally like what Joe Biden not to make this to a political thing, but Joe Biden was up. He was up in an investigation. There was a special prosecutor that looked into his scandal about having top secret documents in his home, just like when Trump had top secret documents in his home. And the special prosecutor said, we're not going to file charges against President Biden. And you know why? Because when they discovered the documents in his home, he immediately turned them over. Trump, on the other hand, said they're mine.
No, he at first said, I don't
have them. They're mine. He kept moving them, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. There's the difference. But because he's your guy, he's your favorite, whatever, you're going to, make up whatever scenarios to excuse it. But there's no excuse for that. Pedro Pascal did the exact same thing that Gina Carano did. But when Disney called them out, he stopped. She didn't.
He took the constructive criticism and applied it.
There's a comment.
No, he took the fear of losing that Disney money.
They probably do. I mean, there are certain things in the public, certain jobs in the public that have those type of things in place. It says, it wouldn't surprise me if Disney is protected in her contracts, like when you're in high school and college and an organization that's out in the public, they are very specific about, they don't want to see you smoking, drinking, because you represent
the NFL, for example.
You represent us, and we don't want that.
And as a celebrity, we know you can pretend, so just freaking pretend when you're supposed to.
Was it last week we talked about this? Did I tell you about Black Dynamite? We talked about Black Dynamite last week. It reminds me of that same joke. It was like, well, you're not going to sell drugs in this community. But Black Dynamite, I sell drugs in the community. That's exactly that Disney told her. You are not going to, because we hired you to play this character on this show. We didn't hire you to take on this. For all we know, everybody's talking about Disney is all woke, woke, woke. Bob Iger, for all we know, Bob Iger could be right wing. Just like we don't know. It's Chris Awareness Day. Yeah. So send those super chats, support the channel. Nixon is so far as the channel the producer of this episode right now. So we should go to a commercial break and have that commercial break be all about Nixon. So the commercial will be like Navigator Nixon, dude. I have a jingle. Here we go.
What are you gonna have her do, like Miss Minutes?
I should. Like it was like Nixon, like an animated Nixon would come in. We're like, you.
That's by Joy.
That's it. I think I earned another shot of the good stuff. I decided to pour it up. So, guys, I turned 44 years old today.
Happy
I put my
freaking
glass
birthday.
right there. Yeah, and Joy's putting up what is that, lemonade? Lemonade, what you got there?